guys, Peach is here to Peachcast episode 6. In this episode, we'll talk with our guest DingoFox about how toxic the fandom is going and why this is a problem. What's your opinions on this topic?
My opinion is actually quite simple on this topic. I'm really getting tired of every time I open up a social media account, I am literally seeing members of the fandom in compromised positions, both sexually and non sexually, and people that just immediately assume that the fandom is nothing but a frat boy sex fest. And that's pretty much what has started happening is we've just started seeing things going downhill. This year alone, we got to witness the pizza incident at BLFC, which is absolutely a nightmare. I mean, nobody should ever have to take a picture of a pizza with
Yeah.
human secret sauce. That's pretty disgusting, right there in a nutshell. And then, even worser still, were the case of the sexual assault and the attempted murder, even at that event. That was even more horrible. I'm like, what gives anymore? Are there any rules in place anymore? Are people, con staff, just looking the other way?
Yeah, it seems like con staff just don't care anymore. But it
No,
sucks honestly because if it keeps going down this path, we may end up with no cons or furmates.
indeed, because think about it. How many places are going to want to host a furry group gathering if they find out that, oh my god, you were at BLFC jerking it with somebody? That's not appropriate behavior. That's really terrible. My time at BLFC was horrible too. I mean, my time at BLFC was pretty much I went to panels, I went to do the drag and drop I was doing that year, and then I got the lovely view of the whole entire jerk off party out in the swimming pool. And key word there, nobody had clothes on. I mean
Yeah,
that's pretty obvious when you can look down from your hotel room and literally see everybody with their hands on their Johnsons.
pretty much it's like the con staff was annoying everyone and just went home or on holiday and not do anything.
Yeah, and even with, like I said, the stuff that you recently even had to deal with the group that
Yeah,
you were happy to be thrown out of, and I'm like, I'm so grateful that you were graciously there to just saying, enough's enough. I can go to a better group. It's basically because you have people targeting other people in a group and thinking that they're the next hot shit in the fandom, and they'll basically literally beat the crap out of somebody, throw somebody in a ditch, call the police on somebody just to make themselves look good.
yeah, because I mean, recently I did get permabanned from that mate, and that's because I mostly permabanned myself because I just didn't feel comfortable at a meet anymore because everyone was giving me dirty looks and it just didn't feel a fun experience anymore there.
No, and that's exactly what happened with me too. I'd walk into an event and people would look at me and go, "Oh, look, there goes that whore. Oh, look, there goes that slut." And I'm like, I am not a whore. I am not a slut. I am who I am. You don't like me, then tough shit. You
Yeah,
know, I was there when nobody else wanted to help out my first partner, when the fandom tried to drug him, and when the fandom put him in a coma for 6 months, and nobody was there. When he needed help, he reached out to me. I was there for him. Why all of you high and mighty furs decided it was a lovely idea to go ahead and suck dick and run the other way.
yeah,
And that's terrible for me to have to say it that way, but that's
and it
exactly what
does
happened.
suck because the way it's going, it's like no one really cares about you. They just care about themselves
No,
or
and that's
about
all they
clout.
care. They only care about being the next big thing in the fandom, and they don't care who the hell they step on while they do it. It's absolutely disgusting and deplorable behavior. When you have furries making up accounts and literally freaking making up fake accounts to attack other people, that's when it goes too far, ladies and gentlemen. And
Yeah,
that's what happened here. A member of a local group here got attacked. His account was compromised buy another fur. And then this fur literally sent out this nasty letter. And this nasty letter read as so: "You stupid bitch. You and your angel dragons do not belong in the fandom. Please leave. You are not welcome. We've had enough of you. You and your all ladies club should return home, spread your legs, let the comp in, and have kids. Leave the fandom to us. We are the future. You are the past. You make us want to puke." End quote. And this is the shit I'm tired of. I'm tired of furs attacking furs, furs trying to set furs up. It's getting to be a royal nightmare. It's worse when you have furries contacting you, asking you, "Hey, why do we all of a sudden feel like we're the Jews and he's Adolf Hitler?"
Yeah.
That's terrible. When you have a furry literally asking that deep of a question where they literally feel like they are in a Nazi camp, that is really bad.
Yeah, and if it keeps going down this path, what do you think the fandom will look like in 5 years' time from now?
What fandom?
Exactly, it's probably going to be no fandom.
What fandom? The way people act in the fandom now is absolutely appalling and disgusting. Yeah. And it's gotten to the point where it's terrible. It has gotten so bad, to tell you how horrible it is. If you log into Twitter and you go and look at Twitter and you see how many underage furries are literally uploading pictures of their dicks, they're uploading pictures of them fucking somebody. They are literally sitting there uploading photos of them literally using toys. Okay? And it's not against Twitter's policy, but damn, we don't need to see underage minors from any community on a social media site literally getting it on.
Yeah.
It's like, where in the hell does the line come in at? I thought we had the Internet Protection Act for a reason, to protect images of minors in sexual positions being fucking taken off the internet and people being protected. And here it is, no longer being protected, and it's all over freaking social media.
And it seems like because it's furry, it's allowed to get around the minor laws and stuff, which is disgusting.
It is disgusting, because I'm like, oh my god, I was in a furry chat and I had a 12-year-old hit on me. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I kept having the 12-year-old messaging me going, "Hey baby, you want to come and screw? Hey baby, you want to be my daddy? Hey baby, hey baby." And they kept fucking texting me and wouldn't shut up. And then the worst part is I removed them. They freaking messaged me back under a different account and started sending me pornographic images, and I had to delete it and block that account. I'm like, this is gross. You're 12 years old. Stop hitting on people that are 18, 19, and 20.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just sick. Beyond.
Yeah, and it is getting out of control with the fandom, which I wouldn't be surprised if we end up with no fandom at some point, as it's getting to that point.
It's getting where it's getting completely toxic. It's no longer the fandom that I went into. See, when I was in the fandom, I was having a great time. Meeting all these great people, interviewing all these great furs that spend their time donating to charity and all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden, wow, all these furs got money. All these furs came in and did their charitable works. And then all they care about is using the fandom to make themselves look good, to make more money off the fandom. And now it's no longer the fandom that people grew up with. It's no longer this nice group of people that like to draw art, that like to do music, that like to do all of this. It has now basically become Drugfest 2.0.
Yeah.
And that's literally what it's become. Because crap, I mean, I went on camping trips with furry groups. And to literally have to be woken up at 4 a.m. to a furry high on acid having a conversation about Donald Duck and Bill Cosby having his way with a bowl of pudding is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, I did not need to hear that while you're high on acid.
And that's one thing I don't get is like, they should definitely ban all drugs from cons, especially.
But here's the problem. Will they ever do that? No. Will they ever stand up and ban the drugs from the event? No. Will they ever stand up and ban alcohol from the event? No. Why? Because if they ban those things, who's going to come to your event? No one. Because the only thing people go to cons for now is to get laid, get high, or
Yeah.
get drunk. And that's how bad it's gotten.
And it's a shame because it used to be good.
It used to be fun. It used to be great to be able to go to an event and sit there and cheer on somebody. It was great to go on to an event and to raise money for cancer research or for something like that. But man, it got so badly toxic to the point to where the group I was in just got horrible. We had one fur that basically decided it was a good idea to mooch off of everybody else. So much so that I feel sorry for his girlfriend because his girlfriend's paying for everything for him and he won't get off his fat ass and get a job.
Yeah.
And I can't believe his girlfriend's that stupid to allow that crap to happen. She's being used and she doesn't even realize it. And that's the kind of thing that's going on in the fandom that's getting worse.
If there's anything else you want to talk about?
The one thing that needs to start happening, people need to really just watch what they're doing. This is getting out of hand. When you host a furry meetup, the idea is to come together to have friendship and camaraderie and be able to talk to people. Not come to an event high, stoned, or drunk. And I'm sorry, I've already seen that twice. I got to see here locally a bowling event where everybody was shooting up in the parking lot and literally freaking goddamn getting high and drunk in the parking lot. There was underage drinking, and they still hosted the event and still had the event with all of this crap going on. And they didn't give one iota of a shit to throw people out, to sit there and say no. They let it happen. That's horrible.
Yeah, and they shouldn't have let it happen.
No, and they shouldn't have let it happen at all. Just like they shouldn't allow an admin of a group that has his own basic things that he wants in the group. And here it's gotten worse. We've had groups, we've even had pup groups that were here for people that are even in the pup community. And it got really bad to the point to where even they left. And it got bad to the point to where the guy came in, took over the group, and basically said, if you're not having sex with me, we'll make sure you get no pup equipment at all in the community.
Yeah.
And that's literally how disgusting this individual got. And it's appalling when people that can't see that they're being used and abused immediately go into what we call victim syndrome. And victim syndrome is when they sit there and they agree with their victim.
Yeah.
And then they just basically go along with it, which is even worse.
Which is sad, honestly.
Yeah. And that's what's been going on. That's pretty much about it right there. It's sad. It's appalling and sad that it's gone this far.
Yeah, and on that podcast, hope you enjoyed. Check out DingoFox in the description down below.
On YouTube. Like I said, come and see some of my streams. Don't be afraid. My channel is designed as a safe haven for people to come and speak their mind and, sit down and actually talk about things. We'll occasionally get one troll or another, but we always delete them and remove them because my channel was designed as a safe space. Because I got tired of dealing with the jerkwads and morons online that think they have an IQ.
Yeah. And this is Peaches signing out.
No.